The rule of permanent loss, your most important job as an investor. We have now reached a critical juncture in our journey. We have become disciplined savers. We have learned to control our spending. And we have taken the courageous step of putting our capital to work in the world. Our money is no longer idle. It is on the march. But an army in the field faces risks. A storm can arise, the terrain can be treacherous, and there are always those who would rather take your treasure than build their own. This brings us to the rule that protects everything we have built. It is the shield for our sword, the moat for our castle. I call this the fourth rule, the rule of permanent loss. What do I mean by this? I mean that your number one priority as an investor is not to make a spectacular return. Your number one, unwavering, non-negotiable priority is to never lose your capital permanently. A temporary decline in a stock's quoted price is meaningless noise. A permanent loss of capital is a tragedy, because that soldier in your army is gone forever and can no longer fight for you or reproduce. The math of loss is brutal and unforgiving. If you lose 50% of your capital, you need a 100% return just to get back to where you started. You have to run twice as fast just to break even. The hole you dig for yourself is always deeper than it looks. Therefore, the most important part of the race is not to sprint the fastest, but to avoid falling into a pit along the way. So, how do we guard against this permanent loss? We do it by building what my mentor, Benjamin Graham, called a margin of safety. This is a simple but profound concept. It means that we only buy an asset when the price we pay is so significantly below our estimate of its intrinsic value that we are protected even if our calculations are slightly wrong, or if the economy hits a rough patch. Think of it like building a bridge. If you estimate that a bridge needs to hold 10,000 pounds, you don't build it to hold exactly 10,000 pounds. You build it to hold 30,000 pounds. That extra capacity is your margin of safety. In investing, if you calculate a business is worth 100 per share, you do not buy it at 95. You wait patiently until you can buy it for 60 or 70. That discount is your margin of safety. It is your buffer against the unknown, your admission that the future is inherently uncertain. This principle leads directly to the second part of this rule. Stay within your circle of competence. You must only invest in businesses and industries that you truly understand. If you cannot explain how a company makes money in 5 minutes, you have no business owning a piece of it. The world is full of brilliant, complex, and exciting technologies, but if you do not understand their economics, they are also full of hidden trapdoors. The most dangerous words in the world of investing are, "This time it's different." They are usually uttered to justify paying a sky-high price for a business with no profits, based on a dream of future glory. Do not fall for it. The fundamental rules of economics and business have not been repealed. A business must eventually generate more cash than it consumes, or it will fail. By staying within your circle of competence, you can distinguish between a wonderful business and a wonderful story. Finally, guarding your treasure means being fiercely skeptical of get-rich-quick schemes and the siren song of guaranteed returns. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. The path to wealth is not a secret that has been revealed to a select few. It is a slow, steady, and public path of discipline and patience. Anyone promising you a shortcut is likely planning to take a shortcut with your money. In essence, this fourth rule is about combining optimism about the long-term future with paranoia about the short-term risks. You must be an optimist to believe in the power of compound interest and the growth of great enterprises. But you must also be a paranoid to diligently check the foundations of every investment you make to ensure it can withstand the storm. Your growing army of capital is your most valuable possession. Do not send it on reckless missions based on a rumor or a tip. Deploy it wisely, behind strong defenses, and only into battles you thoroughly understand. Protect your principal as if your financial life depends on it, because it does. Master this rule of preservation, and the rule of growth will take care of itself over time.